Oldie Log Sports Info here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all, hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this reel, because y'all know Oldie Log keeps it real. Yeah, you guys, so let's get into this video. So Earl Spence Jr., right? He retweets, what somebody said. And you guys seen the little video I did earlier. And if you guys haven't seen it, go and check it out. But I want to talk to the ErrolSexuals, right? I want to talk to the ErrolSexuals because you guys been capping for this guy for a long time. Y'all been capping for this guy for a long time. And I really can't blame you guys, right? Because he is the main culprit, right? He's the one that come up with most of y'all talking points. And y'all just follow his narrative, right? Who all remember when Earl Spence Jr. tried to shit on Terrence Bud Crawford resume? Who all remember when Earl Spence Jr. got on the podium and he tried to trash Terrence Bud Crawford resume? Terrence Bud Crawford, he haven't fought nobody like Algieri. He haven't did this. He haven't did that. That's a talking point that his fanatics got, right? His resume is trash. They got it from Earl Spence Jr., right? They got the split percentage from Earl Spence Jr. They got the side of the street from Earl Spence Jr. They got to clean up the side of my street from Earl Spence Jr. They got all this stuff from this man. Now he has the nerve. This is how you can tell the hypocrisy in this dude. He started all of this. But I'm talking to the ErrolSexuals. Now, what y'all gonna do? Are you guys gonna hold him accountable? Are you guys gonna call out your king? Are you guys gonna call out your king? Right? Because we all know who he talking about. He damn sure ain't talking about my channel. And he ain't talking about channels that's like mine. We all know who we talking about, channels that say they got these sources and, Crawford need to sign the contract. Crawford is asking for $25 million, right? Crawford doesn't want to sign the contract because of this. All these channels, y'all know what channels they are. We know that boxing is slow. Okay, boxing is slow. But don't make up stuff. And they make up stuff. And now, Earl Spence Jr., they've been making up stuff Think about this. They've been making up stuff since Terrence Crawford came to 147. They literally been making up stuff since Terrence Crawford came to 147. Now, why is Errol Spence Jr. speaking up all of a sudden? All of a sudden, you got something to say to your fanatics, and they been fanatics? You didn't say nothing to him when they was calling this man top-ranked Toby. Did he retweet and say, stop calling that man top-ranked Toby? Did he retweet and say, stop disrespecting his wife? Did he retweet and say, why are y'all disrespecting Terrence Bud Crawford kids? Did he retweet any of this stuff? No. Spence, he didn't have a damn word to say until people start clickbaiting his ass. Until the pressure start building. Pressure break pipes, and you see he's breaking. He's breaking. Pressure breaks pipes, and he's breaking. This is the main dude who said after I guess like before the before the Ugas fight, that was my bad, for putting negotiations out in the media, and do. Then come after the Ugas Ugas fight, he tweet out something with a Mike Tyson at the end. Sign the contract, big boy. So which one is it? You fucking hypocrite. So which one is it, hypocrite? You say you're going to keep it out of the media, then you proceed to put it in the media. Now that you being clickbaited, right? Now that you see that more and more channels are growing, right? You see that the Hall of Famers are against you. You see that all these boxers are picking Terrence Bud Crawford. Now here you come, huh? Now here you come. Oh man, like they got all this clickbait, bro. You sure didn't have nothing to say when they was clickbaiting this man, calling him top-ranked Toby when he was the highest paid, guaranteed welterweight. Facts. Did you tweet out and say, no, you guys, y'all wrong. He's the highest paid welterweight. Why are y'all calling him a slave? Huh? Why are y'all disrespecting this man to that level? Have you tweeted out that, Errol Spence Jr.? Huh? Did you go on your Twitter and say, why are you guys disrespecting his wife? That's the love of his life. Why are y'all talking about her size and this and this and this? Huh? Did you do that, Earl? No, you didn't. You proceeded to get on a podium and trash this man's resume. You proceed to tell him to get a belt, then move the goalpost. You proceed to go along with a 2-year joke, right? So you say, even though you wasn't joking. Don't make me 80-20 a nigga. Oh, man, that was just a joke. Huh? Your trainer, he turns into an accountant every time Crawford name get brung up. Jermell Charlo telling this man right here, why don't you just humble yourself? Be a challenger sometime. Why don't you just do what Spence want? Huh? Did you kill all of those narratives, Earl? Did you stop all of that? No, it's nothing else going on in boxing, you guys. This is what's happening. There's nothing on going in boxing, and these channels are they real loud, right? And Errol Spence Jr. know he don't want that damn fight. He never did. And pressure breaks pipes. And all the pressure is on who? Errol Spence Jr. to make that fight. All the pressure is on Errol Spence Jr. to make that fight. Period, point. But it's on Errol Spence Jr. and the PBC to make that fight. This man has left his promotional company 8 months ago, 8 months ago. What? November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Almost 9 months ago. This man has left his promotional company almost 9 months ago. And they still haven't came up with a fight. They still haven't got negotiations right. Come on, bro. That's what it is. See, the reason that he came out and did this, because he wants them to be quiet. He wants them to be quiet. So the narrative can move to something else, so he can move on from this fight, because he don't want it. The PBC don't want it. But as long as it's so loud and people talking about it, he can't get away from it. Right? They can't fade him out right now and push Stantionis up in there. Right? Because that's what they trying to do. You see how quick they did it to Jermell Charlo. They hurry up and got him out the way from Crawford. Hurry up. They put Tim Tszyu right there. Then another mandatory came up. So come on, they got a double whammy for Crawford. They keeping Jermell away from Crawford. And they trying to do the same thing to Errol Spence Jr., but these channels are so loud and keep talking about the fight. He wants y'all to shut up about that. So it can disappear, so he can move on and try to do something else and not get criticized. But little do he know, he's between a rock and a hard place. It's nowhere you can go. You have to fight him. And if you don't, your fan base is going to dwindle. Right? Your fan base is going to dwindle because you just came at your fan base. You just came at all the channels that be deriding you on a regular basis. And you know how emotional these guys get. I wouldn't be surprised if they turn on you, bruh. I would not be surprised if they start speaking a little negative about you. Right? You probably even got on their bad side, Earl. We'll have to wait and see. But don't be surprised if they're going to come out and start keeping it, more real than what they was, right? Don't be surprised. Yeah, man. But my whole video is about ErrolSexuals. What y'all gonna do now? Your king has came out and spoken, say all y'all be having these clickbait titles, all y'all don't have no sources, all y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Now, what y'all gonna do? Are y'all gonna hold them accountable and be like, nah, Earl, most of this stuff we got from you? Are you guys gonna say that? Or are you guys going to try to, gloss over it like, oh, yeah, like that's not me with a clickbait title. That's not me. That's not me with a clickbait title. Right? Like he's not talking about me. All you guys that say you have sources, that's who he's talking about. All you channels, all you guys who ride his D all the time and say y'all got sources and say this and say that. Like y'all at the negotiation table. That's who he's talking about. Now, are you guys going to hold him accountable and call him out for being the hypocrite that he is? Right? Because he showed and speak up years before. He showed and speak up. Right? This man, he let narratives go on for years. Now it's just him and Crawford. Now all of a sudden, oh man, like y'all got all these clickbait titles. Oh man, like y'all don't got no sources. Y'all don't got this. Y'all don't got that. But you didn't say that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they was lying just on Crawford. You didn't say that. Right? You started most of these narratives, bro. The resume narrative, you started it. You started that A side, B side narrative. You started that side of the street narrative. You started that split narrative. Earl has started majority of this stuff, and his fans just get it from him and they just run with it. Okay, they get a little radical, but it started from you. So take accountability and say, hey, just stay off Twitter. Stop making Instagram posts, with Mike Tyson at the end. Oh, sign the contract, big boy, sign the contract. And it ain't no damn contract. Ain't that misleading? Ain't that clickbait? If you put something that's alluding to it's a contract out there and it's not a contract out there, salute School of Skills. Right? Like if you will put something at the end of your Instagram post saying it's a contract out there, sign the contract, big boy, and it's not a contract out there. That's clickbait, right, Earl? Isn't that clickbait? You lying. Right? Then you put out like some kind of statement, alluding to you have agreed to your side of the terms and all this and all that, which is false too. Isn't that clickbait, lying? I mean, come on, bro. This guy right here. Now, ErrolSexuals, are you guys going to sit down? Let's talk. Hold this man accountable. Are you guys going to hold this man accountable? Are you guys going to hold your king, your Messiah, your Pharaoh? Are you guys going to hold him accountable for the words that have came out of his mouth that started majority of all this capping? Right? Yeah, man, put Earl the big catfish. Come on, man. Floyd had to check him. All right, man, but think about that, though. Floyd come out and check him. Now he's coming out doing, come on, bro. You got a lot to say all of a sudden, but you didn't say nothing when they was trying to trash this man's resume. You didn't say nothing when they was calling him top ranked Toby. You didn't say nothing when they had, made some comments about his children. You didn't say nothing come on, bro. You didn't say nothing about nothing. When they questioned his whole resume, you didn't say nothing about nothing. Now, all of a sudden, right, people catching on the other side, on Crawford's side, right, and the Hall of Famers, they coming out and they putting pressure on you. Every boxers, all these channels, they putting pressure on you. Now, all of a sudden, you want to come out and say, hey, man, stop the clickbaiting. Stop this, stop that. Man, stop this, stop that. Man, be quiet. Be quiet because you scared. You scared. Just say you scared. And I don't want to fight Crawford. Stop talking about it so I can move on. Right? Y'all putting too much pressure on me. Man, because it got more and more channels that's coming out that say, we don't give a damn about the money. Pay both of them what the hell they want. Pay both of them what they want. so we can get this damn fight. And Errol Spence Jr., he don't want that type of pressure. Man, because his only escape is pricing himself out. Trying to make, like trying to make it look like that, that Crawford don't. It's like, bro, but EJ, exactly, like EJ, the A side, make the fight. What's so hard about making the fight? If he was such this huge draw, let's just understand, if he was such this huge draw, why can't they just make the fight simple like a Canelo fight? Huh? Why can't they just make the fight simple like a Canelo fight? Canelo, he can go over there and, he get 40. Caleb Plant get 10. They make the fight, easy peasy. Right? Why can't Errol Spence Jr., if he's such a big old star, why he can't carry the fight? If he's such a big old star, he's not no damn big old star like that, man. It's all smoke and mirrors, man. Now he coming out trying to, oh man, well, stop clickbaiting. But you didn't have nothing to say 2-3 years ago when these guys been clickbaiting. It's like, what? This ain't nothing new. These guys been lying on Crawford for 4 years, 5 years. This is a fact. They've been literally lying on this man for 4 or 5 years. Now, all of a sudden, when the rubber meet the road, is you and him, is one more fight. Now, all of a sudden, you want to say, stop clickbait. Man, be quiet, man. Send this man a contract so y'all can fight and stop playing games. Tell Al Heyman, hey, Al, I want this fight, but I know you ain't going to do it, man. Right? Because you're listening to the suits. You listening to Al. You trying to stay as far as hell away from that man right there. You trying to, go on your little easy thing. Just like Tank. Right? Man, but just like Tank, you guys. And I know that makes a lot of people mad that come to my channel. But Floyd Mayweather made it clear he not fight nobody outside of TMT. And who the TMT got for him to fight? Nobody. So all this, come on. Just make it see. Now, don't you see how, it was starting to turn ugly. It's a starting to turn ugly. If Devin Haney and Tank Davis, if they really wanted to, really wanted to fight, it'd turn just like this. It'll be just like Crawford and Spence, people. It's the same thing when it comes down to two black fighters. Somehow, some way, it become racist. It become crazy. It become hateful. Bro, somehow, some way, we cannot get these fights. We cannot build them up. We cannot get them. It become personal a little bit, with some people. Yes, I talk trash on my channel. I do. Because I don't like how Spence be moving. I used to be a huge Spence fan until this man came to the division. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why ain't you whooping his ass? You've been talking all this trash to Keith Thurman. This dude come from 140 and he challenged you. Whoop his ass, Earl. Get that WBO. But I'm like, yep. Energy changes. Whole different scenario. Right? Then you start bringing up his resume. You get on the podium. You try to trash his resume. You try to bring up Chris Algieri. Who has he fought that's better than Chris Algieri? Right? Now, who has he fought that's better than Chris Algieri? Right? And then after that, what did your fanboys start doing? They start running with that narrative. Start trashing his resume. Right? So who created it? You. Right? You the one who started coming up with the 70, 30, 80, 20 and all that stuff. You the one came up with that. And then your fanboys start following it. Start following the script and start coming up with splits. Who came up with it? You. Right? You come after a fight or something, or before the Ugas fight. I forgot when you did the video. And you say, yeah, like that was my bad for putting negotiations in, on social media, in the media and all that. Then you proceed to, after the fight, right? After the fight with Udanis Ugas, you proceed to put something on the back end of your Instagram post. Sign the contract, big boy, but I thought you was going to keep it out of the media. You're lying. You're a damn hypocrite. But ErrolSexuals, are you guys going to hold him accountable? Yes or no? Are you guys going to finally hold your king accountable? I already know you're probably not. It's more than likely you're not. Right? But this is just the writing on the wall, man. Hey, like, Earl, you came out and you finally did the right thing. Right? You finally did the right thing. It took you long enough, right? It's probably because you're back against the wall that you had to do it. Right? But you did it. Okay. Hooray. Hooray. But the bottom line is, most of this stuff, most of these narratives that these channels be pushing, you started it. You started it. Don't try to backpedal now. You started it. And anybody who been really following this, they know he started a lot of these narratives. Right? We don't know where that 25 million, like Terrence Crawford, he asks for 25 million. Come on, man. It's just, you could have been shut that down. You could have shut down a lot of narratives, man. Just by saying not true, right? We know that your messages be crypted anyway. Just say not true. All the all the information that you guys hearing, not true. That's all you got to say. Tweet out all the information that you guys are hearing, not true. That's all you got to say, bro. But you didn't do that. Now you're doing it at the end, and it's for a reason. Everything is for a reason. Timing is everything, you guys. I keep on telling y'all that. Timing is everything, and he did this at a timely fashion for a reason. You know what I'm saying? That he didn't think he would be a boomerang on his. Exactly. That's what it was. See, like, he thought that he was going to be in the clear. He thought that they was going to always be trashing Crawford, right? He was fine with that. He was very fine with them, just bashing Crawford. Soon as he got to look in the mirror and that reflection, coming for you. Now, all of a sudden, it's, man, stop putting out this clickbait stuff, man. Stop saying you got sources, man. Stop saying this, man. Stop saying that. Come on, bro. Fake. That dude is That's just one thing about the PBC dudes, man. I don't know, man. They say one thing, but they do something totally different. Right? It's like, come on, bro. You a hypocrite, man. And I just want to know, is your ErrolSexual fan base gonna, call you out on you being a hypocrite? Are they gonna say, no, Earl, most of these situations we got from you. Most of this stuff we got from you. Right? Are you guys gonna say that? Yes or no? I doubt it, but you should. Right? Yeah, you guys, man, I'm gonna leave it right there though, man. But Errol Spence Jr. is crazy. Like, this guy straight, it's like, Earl, we don't believe you. You need more people. Right? Yeah, man. Plus, it's getting noisy by my house, man. They working on something. But yeah, you guys, man. Salute to everybody that came in the chat, man. Hit that like button before y'all get up out of here. Hit that subscribe if you new. This Odie Low Sports Info. I'm gone, you guys. Peace.